yesterday's game was as good as it gets. That's one of the best games. In fact, that's probably for me as United fan. That's the best game I've seen this season. For the neutrals as well.
Only thing, the two United good games this season have been against Liverpool. United's best games this season.
The goalless draw, that was the defense against attack. Although United, funny enough, created a better chance in that game. But this was give and take, and a match had different phases. And there were no contrary, no controversial decisions. None.
Yeah.
Played in the right spirit. Players were trying to do each other in and everything. Even Ahmad, I got sent off. I have no...
He was already on a yellow card.
He was already on a yellow card, but I still think that's the most stupid rule in football. You know, when you take off your shirt, you know, it's one thing if you have some political inscriptions on it. But if there's, I celebrate. I mean, look at this. This is a guy that's barely played, barely got any. He's been injured all season, barely got any minutes on the pitch, and then he scores the winning goal in an FA Cup quarter-final against Liverpool of all teams, this club's greatest rivals. And then you say, I mean, you know, but hey,
the rule is a rule.
The boy, I watched his interview. He only said he forgot that. I mean, the excitement, man. Please see my number 16. But hey, you know, so I don't know why Klopp got so peeved. I think maybe, as Riley said, maybe he actually felt that they were just going to rock up to Old Trafford.
Yes, that's what I thought.
He was disappointed.
I think it was more disappointed, but the way he responded, because he went as far as saying the reporter is out of shape.
Out of shape? Wow.
I'm like, that was the last thing, like this way, like you're out of shape, and then he walked off.
That's nasty.
Like you're now talking about the person's size.
No, that's nasty.
Oh no!
Shouldn't he ask you a question?
I mean, because if there's any club, I detest Liverpool now, but as a football fan, no, really I do. But as a football fan, you have to respect what they're doing. I respect everything they've done this season, especially when they beat Chelsea in the Carabao Cup with basically an understrength and even, dare I say, underage squad. You understand? So I respect what they do. And unlike our coach, in fairness to Klopp, Ten Hag, every moment you wake him up from sleep, why is United doing so poorly? It's injuries. He won't even think twice. As far as that is only a bad farmer that blames his tools.
Oh, well, that's his own way. Yes.
Sorry?
I said that's a cogent reason sometimes.
No, but Liverpool has faced serious injuries.
No, but what he's trying to do is
look inwards in terms of the players from their, because that's what Liverpool have done.
But but you just made my point for me. Other people are forging ahead. Liverpool with all their injuries are finding a City joint top of the league.
No, but what he's done. But what he's done is said, look, we're still on. And to be fair, last week the reason why I said the result for my, because last week I went through my United stats. We've given United a lot of stick on this show. But United are not as bad as people paint United.
They're worse. They're as
no.
bad.
So I'm saying that United have conceded the third most shots in the Premier League this season. And their goalkeeper is the second behind Raya in terms of clean sheets. And he has faced the third most shot behind Sheffield and Luton Town. And he has the second most clean sheets.
In the game
in fairness.
United have scored 39 goals, which is poor, but have conceded 39. To be fair to United, I'm not saying, I know you go, United of old. I'm saying United as it is now. When you look at where United is, United are 6th. Chelsea are 11th too. And Chelsea fans are still making noise.
Chelsea are dirty now.
Newcastle have a plus goals difference. And Newcastle are what? 10th. Brighton have a plus goals difference, and they're even lower than United. I think 7 points behind United. Yeah, I'm not saying United are doing great. I'm just saying that it's not as bad as people think.
I think, my dear, for me as United, I think that's bad. I think
that's coming from the support.
Coming from history. Deja Moto will use an example today. That when a child falls down, the child looks forward. When an old man falls down, he looks backward. Why are you looking backward? Because you're like, I want to see who saw me fall.
No.
United is using history to judge their future.
No, I don't think so. I think at the end of the day, you know, United at times is a place where people don't take accountability for their actions. I mean, we all refer to the amount of how injury has ravaged Klopp's squad. Yeah. And at no time, the club can be very spiky if he wants to be, as he showed yesterday. But I don't think at any time has he, really, given the cop out his injuries. As I've said, his record so far is they've only lost 3 games in all competitions all season.
So can I ask 2 questions?
Yeah.
If Liverpool, there are 2 questions separate. Liverpool or Arsenal, if Liverpool just stop at that League Cup and lose every other title, if Arsenal do not win anything, would you call them having a bad season?
Well, Liverpool has silverware, and more likely than not, they'll finish in the top 4. So it's not as
with
good.
the League Cup and finishing top 4, that's good for them.
Maybe okay for them. Yeah.
For Arsenal, they don't win anything, but it's just Champions League and the Premier League. If they don't win both of them,
Bad season.
It's
Bad.
Considering their potential, be quite
Terrible season.
It's a bad season.
If United don't qualify from top 4 and then win the FA Cup.
In fact, for me, and I think for me, Ten Hag did well. Considering everything we faced and where we're coming from, to win a trophy last season, get to the final of the FA
finished
Cup,
third.
Where we didn't show up. We did a Super Eagles in the FA
It was
Cup.
just a City season.
We
it was a City
we
season.
Just didn't know. It was a City season. We didn't give. We didn't.
The stars just aligned for City last year.
Whatever, but I look at it as the stars aligned because United did show up.
The cup half full.
Exactly, the cup half empty.
Half empty. I don't
but for me, as I said, if I think the Ineos should sit Ten Hag down and say, okay, bros. Some people are saying that they did an NPFL for Ten Hag, that they gave him a 3-game, 3-game warning. You understand that he has to do well. He did Everton, but I got over by the grace of. But Liverpool is a fantastic game.
Exactly.
I think, as I said in the intro, I think Ten Hag
Brentford is next.
should be given. If you want to keep your job, we must finish at least 5th, at least not 6th, 5th, which is
that over the weekend. Aston Villa and
dropped exactly,
and giving them some hope.
Exactly, at least 5th, and then he must win the FA Cup. Short of that,
Or even 4th is still within reach.
I don't know. United is the consistency
Aston Villa is
lacking.
not exactly.
Aston Villa are blowing hot and cold, to be honest.
Okay. And then Tottenham too.
I never.
So still within reach. So if he wins the FA Cup and he finishes 5th, it's a good season for him.
Okay. I wanted to ask a question about something from the News Hound. Last week we spoke about Ghana. They finally announced Otto Addo as their manager. It seems as though a few African countries are rotating towards their former players. Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Senegal. For Nigeria, that name, we've gone back and forth. Yes, we've gone back. Even Algeria went back to a former this. So we've gone back and forth. Isn't it time for us to look at this? Like you say, look who no road. Because we're still not. If Otto Addo has been announced and he's going to play Nigeria, that's going to be his first game in charge, 22nd. Isn't it time for us to finally, just say we're going local? Let's not even argue about it. Foreign guys, move aside.
I want to pick my words very, very carefully because, as people will say, Alyssa say, I don't have proof. But you see, part of the challenges that we're having in football in Nigeria is administrative. I think. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Before we went on a break, Femi asked, Femi was talking about how precipitate Ghana has been in picking. I almost said picking Ladaboso.
That will make
my about to precipitate riot.
I love that kind of story.
I can imagine that will be led by our Mr. Watson. She will fly to Accra and say, "Maybe I don't grill."
No. I trust Mr. Watson on that. Will say yes, give him the job.
Let her have it.
How
do good say? Eh?
I don't say calf, please.
Yeah.
They say calf, please give us Ghana in our next tournament.
So I think as I was saying, I think the NFF is being a bit sloppy and is waffling on this coach's appointment. I think Ghana has shown us, unless there's something we're not seeing, unless there's some shenanigans in the background, appoint a coach now. And for me, no more, half-baked Europeans, please. I'm sorry. I hope I'm not sounding xenophobic. I don't want.
That's not the intention. That's for context.
Just for context. I'm not xenophobic.
Well, Conceição is not bad though.
I want something that's based. In fact, even as a Nigerian coach, I want something that lives in Nigeria. We were talking about this during the break about Klinsmann in South Korea. One of the reasons he lost his job was he lives in the US and works in South Korea. It doesn't work. I want something that lives. I want something that lives in Nigeria, that watches it, that would have gone to Badon yesterday to watch Shooting Stars play Remo, or go to Enugu and watch Rangers, who are like the form team in Nigeria right now, or go to Aba watch, or has assistants that are watching them, not like raw just for buju, but work with an intention. Do you understand? Being intentional about inviting MPFL players in to get. God bless you. It's okay. Diamonds in the rough. Yeah, they might not have the technical ability of players who are much better, but they have that raw skill which can be developed. Exactly. Let's call it the Wabali factor. Wabali, how long was Wabali with
Over a year, close to 2 years.
Over a year, but
close to 2 years.
In South Africa.
A lot can happen in that period.
Exactly.
But basically, the tools were there. You know, that young lad that was, he said it himself. Say, this is not because I'm in Tanzania. It's from the work I did with Bender Insurance when I played for them. And I remember there was time Bender Insurance's defense was rock solid.
Last season, yeah.
I remember another time too. Where
I
remember a season too, Eimba. Whether you say it's with referees or not, I watched quite a few of those games. Eimba did not concede a single goal in about all season long. If I remember right, they did concede in that. And these guys, their defense then was Maxine Ojobo,
Wadiego on the left.
Wadiego, one of the best left footers. That young man, that beautiful guy that died, that went to Kano Pillars.
Yes.
Died in a car crash. And then Bright SCMA, he had dreads.
Yeah.
You know, they were formidable. And their goalkeeper then was a goalkeeper.
None of these guys made the national team.
They barely played.
The goalkeeper made the national team. What do you mean?
What was his name now?
Can't
remember his name now. Those guys were their back.
Ikechukwu Ezema.
Oh, yeah. Was it one keeping for him?
It was Ikechukwu Ezema. Yes.
Okay. So, you know, they were excellent.
Was it Ikechukwu or was it Theophilus?
I think it was one of the Theophilus. Afellohai. Meanwhile, these Eimba boys, they were wicked. Bright Sesibe was quick, like up and down, like it reminds me of up and down the wing. Maxon and this Chinedu, I think it was Chinedu or Georgie. Nothing past those boys.
As you just mentioned the first and the second, and
just clicked. Nothing past those boys.
Doji was rock solid. Doji was rock solid.
Nothing past those boys. No matter how those boys in Apa.
And those guys played legal. They played this legal.
Nothing past them. So we have the player, and as Riley said, even back then, they barely got it looking. Wadegu was an expert at set pieces, corners and free kicks, and he used to score on irregular with his left foot. So nobody today we don't they do some. So please, I appeal to the NFF. You know, all this one that you're taking applications from worldwide.
How many weeks?
For how many weeks?
Also, what they mentioned, something positive. The Falconets are through to the semi-final of the Africa Games,
and we must give Christian Juma, a local coach, credit for what he's
doing. Oh yes, he's been around women's football, Nigerian women's football for a long and I think that this is his level, my opinion. Ladamboso did not make it. Mr. Motosha have said it. Ladamboso did not make it out of the group. He lost. I think
Ladamboso has questions to answer. Really, I mean, for me, coaches should be judged, you know, on their performance. I love what we did with Pasero. Really, you know, it was like almost semi-final or nothing. You understand? And other countries now, they sacked their coaches. Shebi Cote d'Ivoire, eventually they sacked their guy when it looked like they were going out. Put somebody there that was his assistant, and they won the tournament. If they had persevered with our patience, they sacked him. You are not performing. Go. You understand?
Okay. Let me read a few messages they've been piling here. Udo from Magodo says, "Good morning, Lagos Talks. I can't imagine that Ten Hag used this lineup to win Liverpool. He puts the lineup towards the end of the game when United were defending with Eriksen and Bruno, and also Anthony as left back.
Yes,
in that game. We've also got this one here as well from Fortune. It says, did you see Osayi Samuel's punch on that Trabzonspor fan? That punch was world class. I was proud of that. If I have to do something about about Turkey football before people begin to die, it's no longer football. He also went on to add, imagine at a point Maguire was a striker, Bruno and Anthony played defensive well.
Bruno was last one now. He was there as last one. This is where it deserves to be anyway. Last one.
This one, Sports Zone family. Yesterday was something else, something to be happy about. For we United supporters, quadruple core, triplets. Arsenal should not just bottle this PL title. PL a great result for Shooting Stars. Also, they've been great in the second half of the season.
Is it wait guys? Is it Liverpool talking about? You know what? They're silently mumbling in some certain quarters now. City are mumbling a double treble. Please, the real danger is City. We need to take them down there.
Reginald from Aja says, someday we'll talk about Dirty Club. The guy has lost a lot of trophies from a winning position, and still football fans want to force a rivalry between him and Pep.
No, there's no rivalry. He's beaten Pep. You know, he has a winning record over Pep since last.
No, so he has record game
to game against Pep.
Yeah. I think even the Champions League is beating Pep, but in terms of the trophy haul,
but that's not the issue. We're not debating that. on Monday Night Football the other day, we asked who has brought more change to the Premier League.
Pep.
Of course, it was Pep or Klopp.
Yes.
And grudgingly and through gritted teeth, I had to say.
No, but in Pep or Wenger, who would you go for? In terms of change, no, you mentioned the word change in the Premier League because Wenger also changed the Premier League. Yes,
I'd say Wenger.
I'd say Wenger.
I'd say Wenger.
I'd say Wenger.
Of the resources.
Pep second.
Okay, no. So that the resources makes Wenger go up.
Yeah,
even the changes he made, because nutrition, diet, all those things he introduced. And many of the players.
I'd even say Pep. I'd say Wenger first, Fergie, then Pep. Yes, I'd say Fergie.
Wenger first, Pep second.
Do you know when Fergie took up what United were like when Fergie took over? They were just a decaying giant. Hadn't won the.
They were still dirty for the first 4 years now.
Yeah, well, they were.
But they were still dirty. They didn't change anything.
That was work behind the scenes.
I know. I'm saying that it used 4 years to change. Wenger changed it in less than how many years?
In fact,
Pep changed it in less than 3 seasons.
He was competitive his first season. Agreed, but context, times and seasons. That was the 80s. Was the 90s. It was easier to get something. But I give it to Wenger. Anything you're talking Premier League, Wenger was.
Because remember, Henry was almost empty at Juventus. Transformed Henry to one of the greatest strikers.
I like
Patrick Vieira.
I love to drop
from Juve. Even once than Patrick Vieira from AC Milan.
I actually saw. I met Henry in Nigeria. We came to Charles and I. We actually on stage with one event or the other.
Yeah, I remember the event.
But I actually first time I saw him in Leicester Square. Before we had just signed and everything. Young guy, tinted his hair that time and all that. Of course, when he started playing, got rid of the tint. He started playing ball, and I was like, okay, who's this guy, but no. I have to add, Wenger's habit, like Vieira too. Vieira was like a young, undisciplined player when Wenger bought him. Perez, all these boys,
Petit. Pascal
Petit.
Sigon, even Kolotori. Remember Kolotori?
Emmanuel Petit.
Kolotori was playing Ivorian football. It was great times. Henry sends a message here. It says, good morning, Men of Sports Zone. What is happening with our administrators? We're already coasting to the end of the season and nothing is being said about the FA Cup. How will our players be competitive on the continental scene when we are playing a match per week all season?
Good point. The FA Cup, we don't know what's happening with that.
Today, this week, month of this, I don't know if you said it before, please. Let's focus. Because the NFF did give a date of January.
Very much.
They sent us a breakdown of where those games will play, regional, everybody. That's another conversation for
okay, but before we move on, let's kind of look at the MPFL. Can you bring out the table, please? I think it's part of their loss. Lobby still tops the table.
Yes, they do.
So there's only one or two. How many points among the top 5 or 6?
The top 5 is 4 points. Remo are 5th. They've got 42. Lobby have got 46.
But Remo, do they still have a game in hand?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yes, they do. Okay. But Rangers are still the informed team. Shooting Stars actually have the best form
now.
Yes, Shooting Stars have won 4 of the last 5.
Okay.
4 of the last 5.
I knew they went into this match unbeaten in the last 5.
So they've won 4 of the last 5. They've drawn just 1.
Okay.
In that same sequence. So I think you must also give credit to Benga Gumbota. He sort of turned around their season in the second.
Benga is a very coachy. He's a very good coach. Always has. Everywhere he's gone, he's always brought a measure of stability. Rangers, Sunshine Stars.
Sporting Lagos is not bad. 3 wins. 3 wins in the last 5. 1 draw. It's not bad. So
Rangers like 8 unbeaten.
Yes, they're about
8 unbeaten. So. But how come they're not topping?
1 point. 1 point.
Well,
1 point.
Okay.
1 point separates them.
Oh, well, kudos to them. I'm happy. At least, thank God, I got 1 point. So how come Rotimi got 0 in the predictions?
Because I'm surprised how Rotimi went for what he went for.
What did he go for?
It's just amazing how a human being will select those sort of games. I think because I'm looking at it, I'm like, at least all of us got 1 somewhere. We got something 1 to show for it. Rotimi just went the opposite of everything. He went for Lobby win, which we avoid already.
Because he would have probably looked at that.
Then he went for 3SC draw with Remo. Went for Man United to lose to Liverpool.
You know the funny thing is, I would have actually said that Isoken's result should stand because she predicted Rangers win. But then Rotimi, in fairness, I'm being fair, Rotimi will argue that he went for a Lobby win because Lobby was at home.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Because when the accusation was raised against me, And I'm like, even me too, I predicted Lobby to win because I assumed Lobby were the home team.
I went for a draw because I believe that Rangers are on this in good form and we thought to break them down. And I thank God I didn't go for an away win for. But then who on earth would have thought that Barcelona would go to Atletico Madrid and beat them soundly?
Funny,
who on earth would have thought that Inter would not be able to beat Napoli?
Napoli have been dirty
on now. Dirty Napoli.
Ola from Ontario. Oh, it's 9 o'clock already.
Okay, focus.
Sorry.
Then who would have thought that Man U beat Liverpool? Really?
Femi thought so.
He did. He did well.
Hey.
Hello, good morning.
It's okay, I greet you.
Good morning, sir.
The pundit.
Baba Bechi, good morning. How are you?
God be the glory.
We thank God.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what the excitement is about for my fellow Man United fans. What is the excitement about? You just messed up the whole thing. You have just given City this trophy on a plate of gold. Yes, now Liverpool could have been a good contender for this trophy. Are you even sure you're going to beat Coventry City?
We're not.
And you don't think that Chelsea can beat Man City?
No, Chelsea go for now. Chelsea go for Yakata.
Chelsea never beat Man City never beat Chelsea this season. No.
Liverpool could have been a good contender to deal with City. Why you will fought do you think now you will beat City, even though they meet in finals?
But nobody thought that Man U could beat Liverpool yesterday now. So anything can happen in football.
Nothing will happen, Jared. Man City will flog them like small picking.
You know what?
Nothing will happen. So I was just looking at you. Yesterday I was, with Liverpool. I don't know what happened to them. I was running for Liverpool yesterday. I was not happy at all because they just messed everything. City is going to take this trophy, and who knows now? They're still in the Champions League. Anything can happen in the Premiership. Maybe triplet again this season.
Kelvin, I understand Kelvin as a United fan. I understand Kelvin's trepidation and all that, but I do feel Chelsea City is not a given for City. It's not. Chelsea a funneled side, and Pochettino is under immense pressure. Amen. Chelsea fans were booing him against Leicester that game from 2-0, and I must admit, I never want to jump on the bandwagon, but I think Jackson is actually dirty. I think he can do better.
And even the reality with what's it called?
Hello, good morning. Okay.
Birthday boy. Okay, Mr. Watson, this for you. Oh yeah, hold on, this for you. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Uncle Sheldon. Femi's request that God should give me the strength to forgive Ladamboze. Actually, after him yesterday, I told him amen. But I will come back after Ramadan. Come out It's okay. What happened to your voice?
I don't know.
Please, okay, Tony. You are in Lent and Ramadan at the same time. Yes, good one for Man U yesterday. Very good one. Whether Liverpool come like it or not, he has lost his loss. Why are all these coaches who always complain every time they lost matches? So what goes their way, they won't complain. The referee will never get it 100%. But when you lose at times, just take it easy and move on. I don't think we're more look at a league contender. Because if you are playing 3SC, you can't win 3SC. I don't know. I wish them all the best of luck. Uncle, thank you so much.
All right, happy birthday once again. God bless.
Uncle Shagun,
yes, sir.
Uncle Shagun, please, see that Femi or any fasting person around you. Just make sure you buy at least 500 outfits for them to break the fast. Then after 1 month, see what God will do for you.
All right,
buy salad.
Noticed. All right, noticed.
Get some salad.
You know what was interesting? Last week we spoke about the manager of Nottingham Forest complaining about the standard of the referee. I saw that game against Luton. Luton had a good goal disallowed.
Really?
And Baba just lock up. I'm like, what? Like VAR cancelled it. Meanwhile, they said he touched his hand. Mengi. He didn't touch his hand. From the back angle, it looked as if he touched his hand. When you watch it from the front view, he didn't touch his hand. When he favor you, you will keep quiet. When everybody angry, they shout. They shout.
Mark Clatter will comment on that. No, obviously, but as Mr. Washer said yesterday, there were no controversial decisions yesterday at all.
Yeah,
so
no,
I think
agree.
Klopp, I think it was bitter disappointment that losing to United and a very average United for that matter.
Just to point out the fact that what Baba Beji was saying earlier, Coventry against Wolves was a fantastic game of football for neutrals.
Brilliant.
Because everybody would have thought, okay,
because Wolves have been
a five unbeaten run, they would have just gone over those ones. But Coventry showed up. So even Man U, it's not
there's no guarantee, but that's what Kevin is saying.
Yeah, that's what we fairness to
but there's no guarantee to that City will beat Chelsea either.
City will beat Chelsea. I've said so.
We will reach
there now.
They will beat them.
If you want to be a part of us, first off, follow us across all social media pages at Lagos Talks 913 is our handle. And of course, kindly like, share, subscribe, and make sure you're a part of the Lagos Talks family.